Somewhere beyond the recesses of time and space, two podcasters are set adrift in a machine, picking up transmissions of movies that are forgotten but not gone.
Truman, you remember way back when, to the beginning of the season?
Things seem so foggy. It's as far in the past as the year 2003.
You brought up something during the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare episode.
Boing! Could that be it?
Yes, exactly. The Boing,
Yeah.
which is pretty common for the Italian, scores, soundtracks. What's the word I'm looking for? Music. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I was not expecting to hear a loud boinging noise in
Yeah.
the World War II movie soundtrack. Yes.
I was familiar with it, which is what it is. But what I didn't expect in this here action film when they're in the jungle is the score that underscores. That's why it's called a score.
Boy, off to a great start here today.
The fight scene with Eddie Reyes Jr. and like the Freedom Fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before I sent you a clip to listen to, before you listen to it, can you recall what plays during that scene?
It's just a lot of drum music. I feel like at one point there's even a shot as they're fighting of there's like 6 dudes on the sidelines just playing drums like they're in a pep band or something, which I liked.
A lot of percussion. But there's another instrument that accompanies it, and it's pretty prominent throughout.
Okay.
And, so go ahead and play and tell me if you can just identify what it is.
All right, let's just give this a listen. Okay, whistle. Whistles. Nope. Wait, what's that sound? That sounds like wind flute.
Lots of whistles. Lots of a lot of referee whistles.
Yeah. That
But there's a really enthusiastic referee on the court just going.
I feel like it's also sort of Brazilian music though, like the Latin music. Like I feel like I've heard a lot of. Oh man, this is completely the inverse of the other time. Yeah, that's like a thing in like a lot of sort of South American music, the sort of like whistling in the background. I mean, yes, they also love soccer down there.
I showed my whole ass not knowing much about Brazilian music the way that you did with specifically Italian cinema scores, which I think one is a little more forgivable than the other.
Absolutely. I mean, there's how many hundreds of millions of people in Brazil, and yet. I mean, look, I think it's an infectious beat to get into a fight scene with. Did you hear that though, and you thought, oh, these guys had like a ref just standing just outside of frame who's like, okay, stop, nope, stop, foul. You cannot swing down on a vine and kick the rock like that.
I did kind of wish there was a movie referee at one point stopping and going, no, okay, let's just handle this a little bit differently. This is a fight scene, and we can choreograph this. We can keep the choreographing, but let's just shoot this a little bit differently. Maybe go bring the camera back a little while, like blowing a foul and throwing a yellow card down on the director.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, sometimes I wish there was a podcast referee who would throw up a yellow card and be like, okay, guys, you've made a lot of attempts at doing impressions of very easy to mimic leading men, and you've biffed it every time. Let's just cut that out and just find a different way into this discussion.
But there's another thing, and I don't have an example of it, and so just use your brain powers here. But
setting yourself up for failure.
There were a couple of times. Now, I mentioned that this movie kind of has that lack of wonder.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to avoid using... What's that?
For you, maybe. I mean, I felt plenty of wonder in this movie.
I meant, there's a lack of wonder over the, treasure part of it. And I think, in worse hands, it would be that kind of mystical kind of vibe that just because it's, in a different, part of the world, it's it has some sort of magical, mystical powers.
Mhm.
But I just mean like the majesty of discovering something, the wonder of some. Since this film is missing that, there are a handful of moments when the score does try to like create an air of, oh, this is shifting from our normal shenanigans into like, let's bring us into this cave of the gato, the cat. And the sound that it plays sounded so much to me like I just turned my PlayStation on.
I think I know what you mean. I think I got that same kind of sensory hit of like, oh yeah, gonna start some Baldur's Gate. Like, just
The thing is, I watched this on my PlayStation, and I'm like, oh shit, did I hit did my cat accidentally step on the controller and like start up, the video game portion of this?
Mhm.
Because it just sounded so much like that. Was it PlayStation 1 or 2 that when you pressed it, it had that. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I think that was PlayStation 1. Is the ref gonna come in and tell us we can't do impressions of video game consoles either?
They should. I'm even worse at those than I am at celebrity impressions.
On the video game note of it, I mean, you were literally talking about a video game note there, I suppose.
Yes.
I think another thing about what makes this movie stand out for me, or stand out from the modern day crop of movies, is how not Call of Duty-ified the fighting is. Nobody in this is a tier 1 special operator with like their gun held up to their eye and they're like clearing rooms like the Navy SEALs. Like, it's very much just sort of, clumsy fighting and people shooting guns in the way that looks cool and isn't necessarily realistic. And as a video game enthusiast, I kind of love it when there is actually a barrier between my video game combat and my movie combat.
At the same time, though, and again, maybe this is just, 20 years of the Mythbusters, busting the right way to hold a gun. But for The Rock's bluster about when I touch a gun, bad things happen, the first time he touches a gun, he's holding it like this, like gangster style, at one of Christopher Walken's goons. And I'm like, you just look like an idiot.
I mean, yeah, but in 2003 that looked really cool. That was the coolest possible way to hold a gun, was in a way that made it impossible to actually hit who you were shooting it at. Yeah, I don't know. I
don't either.
No, none of us know. We don't know much about guns. That's really our thing. I mean,
and I'm okay with that.
So this movie didn't have the influence of video games in it, but, and this is going to be a deep cut, I feel like I really saw a lot of this movie's influence on a subsequent video game that I've played. Tactical strategy game heads will be familiar with the game Jagged Alliance 3, which is kind of, it's a turn-based strategy game where you move little soldiers around and you fight them through environments, and it's all set up like an action movie from the early 2000s with kind of pulpy characters and everything like that. It's similar to the game you've played, XCOM, but all of the buildings, all of the environments, even all of the bad guy soldiers in that game, it all looks a lot like The Rundown. Like, they're in the town they're in at the end, it looks exactly like levels from this game that came out 2 years ago that I played. And I'm almost wondering, is the enduring legacy of The Rundown that it provided the kind of like the tonal comp that the designers for this action movie homage video game made? Like, they're doing this game that is paying tribute to all these famous, well-known action movies. The thing that they pulled from the most liberally is the action movie that everybody forgot.
First, I just want to acknowledge that you have your video game references the way that I have my Beck song references, and I think that's great that we can both have that.
Yeah. Do you think that's great?
The other thing I would say is that Just Cause kind of has a similar vibe to it as well, and also being a kind of action movie homage game.
Yeah.
So maybe that is maybe there are enough people who found inspiration in this game, or maybe at the very least the same sort of inspiration that the people that made The Rundown had.
Yeah, I mean, these game designers watched The Rundown and were like, this would be fun if I were doing it. If I were physically doing this stuff, I'd be more invested. And
if The Rundown was a video game, I would be way more into this.
I mean, so in Baldur's Gate 3, the character I'm playing right now is a barbarian with just all of his skills put into strength and the ability to pick people up and throw them. So every fight is just me leaping my dude into the middle of a crowd of enemies and then picking up the nearest enemy and throwing him at the other nearest enemy and then using my bonus action to pick up the next nearest enemy and throw him into a wall. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm playing the rundown video game already. It just exists inside a different video game.
Is that character named Beck?
No, that's my next character.
I also pinpointed something that I think part of. Now, I said that I don't really care about The Rock, and that's true. And there is like just I think a lingering. It's not really a bad taste. It's just like okay, guy. Sort of vibe that I have from him, which is when I think about The Rock, the first image that comes to mind, and I realize it's just a me thing, but the first image that comes to mind is his fucking face superimposed on a overweight person singing in the shower. And I'm like, and it's less, I think, a little bit less about him and more just like fucking Hollywood going, well, fat suits, we learned those aren't acceptable anymore, but if we just put someone's face over a real person, then maybe. And so that's what I associate The Rock with, and maybe that's why I just kind of, I'm like, I don't have fucking time for you, dude.
I remember when that movie was coming out, Central Intelligence, with him and Kevin Hart, that scene being clipped for social media and promoted on Facebook by them, and it's like, this is what you're leading with. Really? This is like a movie that, I mean, I've heard, I haven't seen Central Intelligence. I've heard it's actually pretty good, grading on a curve.
There's that actually pretty good compliment again.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not putting that on you. Just like in general, that's what we've come to expect from movies.
A, yes. B, I've heard this from my dad, who also really likes Sahara and Tarzan. So again, Dad, if you're listening, love you so much. Just we have somewhat different. Sometimes we have different taste. Other times you're spot on. But it's the boldness, because I can think of two movies that did, let's superimpose an adult man's face onto a child's body for a flashback scene. Love Guru and Central Intelligence. And it flopped hard enough in Love Guru and got enough press for how weird and gross and bad it was in Love Guru. It's just amazing. They were like, no, you know what? That concept is solid. It wasn't The Rock's face. Like that.
Well, they did it with Ludacris as a Christmas elf in one of the, was it Fred Claus or one of those Christmas movies?
Oh, really? They did it with. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, maybe that's what went wrong with Fred Claus. That was why that movie didn't spawn a franchise.
Anyway, I just wanted to acknowledge that. Like, I get it's a me thing. I don't have any fucking time for The Rock.
The charisma's not there anymore.
How did we not even talk 1 second about the scene of them falling down the hill?
Oh yeah, oops. I know that we've talked, previously about that scene and how it feels like almost a compilation of, 10 hours of people falling down a hill to study to. And in reading quotes from the director, apparently like that was a joke with them. It was like, how long can we make this scene? How like they compared it to like an old Wide World of Sports skiing montage where a guy falls off the ski slope, and like how long can we make him tumble?
and then the doctor you run into tries to sue you. That feels more like the They Live sequence than anything else.
Yeah.
Like, how long can we really make this go before the suspension of disbelief, or before it stops becoming entertaining? Like, I wish they pushed it as long as They Live, because then I would like. Right now, it just kind of feels like it's aping from Tommy Boy, or not Tommy Boy, Black Sheep, where he falls down the hill and keeps going and keeps going,
or Hot Rod,
or Hot Rod. Yeah. Well, this came out before Hot Rod, but yes. Hot Rod being like the absurd version of it, and it's like, just push it, man. If you're gonna do it, do it. Because now it's just like, I fully believe The Rock has died multiple times.
Well, yeah, his normal stuntman didn't want to do that scene, so they found a different stuntman who was willing to do it, who would do anything, and apparently he got knocked out doing some of those shots.
His normal, I think he broke his leg doing it too. his normal stuntman is his cousin.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. Yeah, on the featurette, he just says, like, oh, my stuntman, you know, this name or whatever. He didn't say, my stuntman, also my cousin, broke his leg
Right.
on this.
Oh, Sherman, should we play the trailer game?
Yes, we absolutely should.
In maybe the easiest trailer game that's ever existed, yes, I'm Babe Ruthing my shot on this one.
Okay, do it. Babe Ruth, your shot.
All right, here we go. In no particular order. That's a lot of cows.
Interesting. Okay.
Let's see, I do not want to fight. You can take them, they're little. And then, like, maybe the long throw or the sucker punch of the scene that we just talked about with the whistle blowing.
Yeah.
With Eddie Reyes Jr. and the guerrilla fighters. I got more, but I'm gonna let you throw a few in here.
I love I love Christopher Walken. They cut to him during the stampede, just going, "That's a lot of cows." If we could, the fan edit of Barnyard, where just during one of the dance scenes, you just go to him. It's a lot of cows.
Yes.
I feel like The Rock, with the 2 shotguns, cocking them under his armpits and then pulling them back out.
And I'm going to add something to that.
Mm-hmm.
You can choose whether you want to do multiple points for this or not. We're going to get him walking away from the fire. He shoots the gas tank with the shotguns, and it explodes. We talked about before, you cannot put a shot in a movie of your character walking away with an explosion behind them and not put it in the trailer.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's no, like, he looks so damn cool when he's doing that. There's no way you don't promote the movie on that.
Also, okay, he's a wrestler. You got to get the flying clothesline of the house pillar, the big structure pillar in there.
Yeah, flying clothesline is a big one. I think there's also, like, they got to use some of the bullwhip stuff, right? Like, there's a really cool shot where The Rock throws an end table at the guy with the bullwhip, and the guy with the bullwhips it in half.
Yeah, yes. And something's coming to me. This is a movie that is all about passing the baton, turning The Rock into leading man. There's a line in here from Christopher Walken that sells that. If you're trying to sell that to people watching this trailer, Christopher Walken goes, "You got the moves. I'll give you that."
That's good, yeah, because there will be like some kind of big. He'll be walking away from the explosion, or just cut to Walken going like, "You got the moves."
My last guess is we're gonna get some footage of them falling down the hill.
Yeah, he'll fall. I mean, is it going to be the Jeep specifically, like them falling into the water and then the Jeep flying at them?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like Sean William Scott pulling the steering wheel, the car going off the road. Maybe cut to a wide shot so you just see the scope of it, and then the car hitting the water in front of them.
Yeah, I think that hits it. I think I'm ready to see this trailer.
Let's watch this thing. Preview has been approved for all audiences by the Motion Picture Association of America.
One
that
job,
green band.
I wipe your slate clean.
Oh.
Walk out of this house a free man.
How much?
250 large.
No problem.
Nice.
Start the movie out with
other side of the
entirety
world
of the plot.
That's duct tape?
Yeah. Oh, a little pilot action.
to finish one last job.
That is not Harrison
His
Ford
name's
driving the
Travis
plane.
Walker. Brown hair, face like a weasel.
Do I know you?
I'm taking you home, Travis.
What's
Is
in
it
Los
ZZ
Angeles?
Top?
Father.
Yeah.
No, about it.
Whoa.
So angry. Just shut up.
If only it were that simple.
Oh.
Apparently, he stumbled onto a trinket of some value in my jungle. Yep.
I want it back.
Oh, whip.
Oh, whip! You got the whip.
Oh, but yes, whipping the table.
Right through the chair.
Whatever my father's paying
Wow.
you, I will double it.
No.
I'll
A
quadruple
slight
it.
detour.
I'll double it and quadruple it.
Hell no.
I hope you enjoy the fall.
Now what fall?
Jeep,
we go.
off the cliff. Oh my God, you nailed it. Wait. Hill. Wow. Putting a lot of time into this in the trailer.
They are, yeah.
And the Jeep into the
And
water.
the Jeep.
Let's go.
Nice. A change of plans.
It's really just the whole movie.
Shut up. Well, you always got hit me.
We gotta get to this tree.
I got it.
You gonna put the monkeys in?
Great.
We didn't even talk about
Wow.
What is he doing?
The monkeys.
Establish dominance!
Face fucking from the monkey in the trailer?
I want hunting parties.
Trouble in
Find them.
Paradise. Hey, they're the monkeys.
I do not want to fight you. We are not fighting.
Okay, hip hop.
Don't worry, they're little people.
I do not want to fight you.
Take them, they're little.
Ah!
Okay.
Yes!
Yep, there you go.
Boom, 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 boom.
Hell yeah.
That's my heart.
Okay, I was feeling rough about the first part of this.
I saw a lot of cows.
There's the bulls.
A lot of cows!
That's a lot of cows! Oh! Flying clothesline!
The rundown.
You got the moves.
You got the
Give you
moves!
that.
Landon!
Ow!
Wow.
Oh my god. We got them all. We got all
No
of them.
way.
We got
No,
100%.
that's not true. That's not true. There's no way that's true.
No, it's 100% true, Landon.
let me look
Oh
at mine.
man. We
No. We didn't. We didn't get him walking away from the explosion.
Yeah, we did. It was in there. There's a brief shot of him going away from the explosion.
Are you certain?
I am certain as a heart attack.
I'm scrubbing through this. Okay, here. No, he's walking away, and then it cuts to an explosion. He's not walking away from the explosion.
Oh, okay. I was bamboozled by editing. Wow, the most over the plate one you would expect to get, the hero walking away from the explosion, we don't
Yeah.
get, but we do get. Wow, they put so much of the hill falling in the trailer.
I was shocked by that. Well, you got to know it's a comedy, and they don't take themselves that seriously.
It's like 15% of the trailer is them just falling down a hill wordlessly.
That's true.
I mean, that is basically the movie, though. Like, the trailer
Yeah.
is like, yep, that's all of the stuff that happened. Yep, this is the setup of all the scenes. Face fucked by a monkey. They fight some guys in the jungle. They do a stampede. Yeah, it's the movie.
So our final score.
Out of 8, we got 7. We got a lot of cows. You can take them their little armpit shotgun cock. Flying clothesline, bullwhip table. You got the moves. Jeep flying off the hill into the water. It's
I look at it as a win because you got the moves. That came to me as a moment of inspiration while we were discussing it, and I'm like, that's got to be it. It's got to be there.
And when you're right, you know?
And it feels good sometimes to be right.
Yeah.
Not all the time. I'm not that kind of person, but in this instance, I'll take it.
Good. I'm glad we established that. Man.
Anything more about the rundown that we want to talk about before we put the wrap on it?
It's a great, good movie that everybody should see. That's all I have to say.
You said that last week. All right, well,
Saying it
let's
again.
submit this to see if the machine will accept it and send us somewhere else.
All right. Pushing the button.
Just push the button. You don't have to just announce that you're pushing the button every time you push the button.
It's an audio medium. People will not realize what I'm doing if they just hear the sound of a button being pushed. This is for the second screen experience.
I like walking around my place just going, turning on the shower, getting my toothbrush wet.
Okay. The machine is sending us next to October 10th, 2008.
Okay, and the clue, the clue. Oh boy, Truman.
What is the clue?
Wow. Was there a sequel?
What is it?
The clue is trust no one.
No one.
Deceive.
Not nobody.
Not nobody. You're right. And I've screwed that up in the past. The full clue is trust no one, deceive everyone.
Ooh. Well, that's why you should trust no one. Because if people are taking your advice, they're deceiving everyone.
Well, what do you think? Do you think this is gonna go like, what was that Richard Linklater movie, Hitman, where it's like a disguise? Is this gonna be like a disguise movie?
Was that a Linklater movie, or are you thinking of A Scanner Darkly, where they wear the things that?
No,
that
the
make
movie
them
he
look
did
different.
with Twisters guy. Oh my God, my brain's not working.
Twisters guy? Oh, you mean
Twisters guy. The good-looking Glenn Powell dude.
Right,
the guy who
right,
looks
yeah,
like Glenn Powell that is actually Glenn Powell.
Oh, that Glenn Powell looking motherfucker. Yeah, I know who you mean. I don't know. It could be it could be that. I mean, I don't know if I go strictly to disguises though. I mean, I don't know. Is this like some kind of
Deceive.
like
Oh, okay.
Deceive everyone. Yeah, so it's like it could just be about like con artists or something like that.
Ooh. Okay, I know of a good con movie that it might be throwing in. It's not Con Air.
No,
but
you
I
beat
know
me
of a
to
good
it.
con movie that it might be.
Yeah, Matchstick Men, starring Nicolas Cage.
Hell yeah, everyone go watch that.
That movie is good. That's a good movie.
Find out what movie it is next week, right here on Movie Memory Machine. Until then, for Truman Caps, I have been Landon Solano.
And for Landon Solano, I have been Truman Caps. Let's bullwhip our way out of here.
Whoa!
Movie Memory Machine is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/gruntworkpod to keep the machine running. Theme song by Porky's Groove Machine. Rate us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. For more information on today's show, visit MovieMemoryMachine.com.